Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor how as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic, let your blessings descend us upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider our matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen. Good afternoon, honorable members. Yes. Okay. Good afternoon once again. Let's start our morning session this afternoon. Proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Okay.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. I stand on point order number 27 for requisition of the extension of time. Honorable Speaker, that aware that standing order number 27, sub order 2 provides that the Speaker shall interrupt business at 12:30 for the morning sitting. Honorable Speaker, aware that standing order number 25, sub order 3, 27, sub order 3 provides that the House may resolve to extend its sitting time. And aware that standing order number 27, sub order 4 requires motion to extend sitting time be moved at least 30 minutes before the time appointed of adjournment. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the motion that the House resolves to extend its sitting time until the business of the day is concluded. Honorable Speaker, I seek of your intervention in the interpretation of the same, considering that you had already made an earlier direction on the same. I want to call the Honorable Gunga to second my motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Sorry. Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, we'll proceed under provisions of standing order number 1. So I proceed that honorable members, sorry. I want to propose the question that this House resolves to extend its sitting time until the business of the day is concluded. I now put the question that this House resolves to extend its sitting time until the business of the day is concluded. As many as of the opinion say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Let's proceed.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
At this point, may I invite Honorable Brian Kisila to come forward and proceed and lay down the paper.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper in the table of the House. Today, Tuesday, 18th November 2025. Report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on consideration of proposed amendments to the standing order.
Thank you, honorable member. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Once again, may I invite Honorable Brian Kisila to come forward and give a notice of motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give a notice of motion that pursuant to Standing Order number 227, this House adopts the report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on consideration of the proposed amendment to standing orders laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18 November 2025.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
May I invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Majority Leader, to come forward and present those statements.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee met on Monday, 17th July. I'll take that again, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee met on Monday, 17th November 2025 to prioritize business for the House as furthered by committees and honorable members pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 151, Sub-Order 6D. The committee balloted business as follows. Tuesday morning, 18th November 2025 at 10 a.m. 1. Statement on the prolonged completion of the Matu Market shed roofing project by the Honorable Judas Ndawa. 2. Statement on the status of several ECD classrooms and employment of ECD teachers in Kangundo North by the Honorable Wilson Dunda. 3. Response to a statement on status of conflict resolution between residents of Masinga Sub-County and Kitwasko on water bills and revenue collection by the Honorable Daniel Mwindi. Number 4, response to a statement sought by Honorable Francis Kavyu on status of Kwa Masai borehole in Kinania Ward by the Honorable Daniel Mwindi. Number 5, report of Procedure and House Rules Committee on amendment to standing orders by the Honorable Stephen Mwandi. Number 6, report of the Auditor General on financial statements of Machakos County Revenue Fund for the year ended 30th June 2023 by the Honorable Philip Ndolo. Tuesday afternoon, 18th November 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Number 1, statement on restoration of water supply and compliance by Yatta Water Company by the Honorable Judas Ndawa. 2, statement on the prolonged and irregular retention of acting chief officers in Machakos County by the Honorable Francis Kavyu. Number 3, response to a statement sought by Honorable Joseph Mulinge on the status of roads in Muvotoki Makemo Ward by the Honorable Mwoki Musila. Number 4, response to a statement sought by the Honorable Francis Kavyu on the status of several roads in Kinania Madatani Ward by the Honorable Mwoki Musila. Number 5, motion of approval of additional membership of the Speaker's panel by the Honorable Stephen Mwandi. Number 6, report of Selection Committee on nomination of members to Assembly Committees by the Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. Number 7, motion on approval of membership of the Ad Hoc Committee on the reconsideration of performance report of Climate Change Department for financial year 23-24 by the Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. Number 8, report of the Devolution Committee on the status of unbundling of functions between the national and county governments by the Honorable Phoebe Koki. Number 9, motion on alteration of the calendar and adjournment of the House for long recess from 19th November 2025 to resume on 10th February 2026. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Majority Leader. We have another statement that is going to be presented by Honorable Ndawa. Is Mheshimiwa Ndawa there? Karibu Mheshimiwa Ndawa, proceed with that statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Judas Ndawa, the member representing the great people of Matu. Honorable Speaker, I have this statement to bring before this House. Honorable Speaker, aware that in 2014, the county government of Machakos commenced the construction of Matu Market Shed in Matu town with the aim of providing traders with a safe, organized, and conducive trading environment. However, 10 years later, the roofing of this market shed has never been completed, leaving the structure exposed and unusable. Aware that due to the absence of the roofing, traders and market users have been exposed to harsh weather conditions, including scorching sun, dust, rainfall, and rainfall, which continue to disrupt their business operation and compromise their safety and livelihoods. Noting that this situation undermines the spirit of Article 42 of the Constitution, which guarantees a right to clean and safe environment, and contradicts Section 102 of the County Government Act 2012, which obligates the county government to provide efficient and quality public services and facilities. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 41 of the County Assembly of Machakos, Standing Order number 1, Standing Orders, I wish to seek a statement from the Chairperson, Trade, Economic Planning and Industrialization Committee on the following. 1. Why has the roofing of Matu Market Shed remained incomplete since 2014, and what factors or administrative challenges that have contributed to this prolonged delay? 2. Has this project been included in any CIDP, NDP, or N-County program-based budget since 2014? And if not, why has it repeatedly been committed despite being a public priority? Number 3, what specific actions is the department currently undertaking to ensure the roofing works are finally completed and the facility made usable for traders? Number 4, what is the expected date of completion of this roofing and full operationalization of the market shed? Honorable Speaker, if you allow me 1 minute. This market was done that time, and it was roofed halfway. And since that time, we have been unable to complete the remaining part. It is not the full roofing. It is part of it. In fact, it's just half. Honorable Speaker, the project is captured in the current CIDP and was also captured in the previous CIDP. Honorable Speaker, I want to draw to your attention and the attention of the House that the project has been appearing in every NDP. The last 3 NDPs, we have been giving that project as a priority. But by look of things, Honorable Speaker, I don't see any signs of having that project completed anytime soon. So, Honorable Speaker, as a representative of Matu Ward, as a representative of Matu residents, as a representative of the traders who are doing their business in a very awkward environment, Honorable Speaker, this is very unfair, and I'm requesting that is the concern, come out clearly and tell us what offense have these tenders done such that they cannot have their market completed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I would request if you can allow 2 members also to say something. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
At this point, I think it is not really necessary, Mheshimiwa. What I would just request the committee that I'm going to send this particular statement to look into those details, especially if the matter has been appearing in all the ADPs previously. Why is it? And I believe it has also been budgeted for. Why has it not been completed? So I don't think it is the right time for members to comment on it. Let us get the information from the committee. At this point, I'm committing this particular statement to the Committee of Trade, Economic Planning, and Industrialization to respond on or before 10th February 2026. It is so directed. Thank you. Sorry, we have another statement on ECD classes. This one was requested or sought by Honorable Wilson Dunda. I want to call upon the Chair of Education, Honorable Anastasia. No, it's not a response. It is a statement. I'm sorry, I'm the one misleading the House. And the statement is sought by Honorable Matthew Ndunda. Proceed, Honorable Ndunda.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, okay, first, I'm Wilson Dunda, MCA Kangundo North Ward. Honorable Speaker, aware that in 2014, the county government commenced the construction of markets. No. Honorable Speaker, aware that Article 10, Subarticle 2B of the Constitution of Kenya outlines the national values and principles of governance, including equity, social justice, inclusivity, equality, human rights, and non-discrimination, which must guide the provision of ECD services across all wards within the county. Further, aware that Article 53, Subarticle 1B of the Constitution guarantees every child the right to free and compulsory basic education. Constant that Section 20, Subarticle 1 of the Basic Education Act 2013 obligates education authorities, ensures that the learners are provided with a safe, adequate, and conclusive education environment, while in Section 26, Subarticle 1 of the same Act assigns the county government the responsibility of the management, staffing of pre-education, including the government, including the employment and deployment of ECD teachers. Concerned that several ECD centers within Kangundo North Ward are facing serious challenges affecting early child learning, especially. 1, St. Martin ECD Center, where only one teacher employed passed away and has never been replaced. 2, Kwandiu ECD Center, where the teacher was transferred but has not been replaced to date. 3, Kanzalo ECD Center and Mikoikoni ECD Center, both of which currently lacks teachers, thereby disrupting ECD learning activities. 4. Kivuluni ECD Center and Misiani ECD Center, where classrooms constructions works has been installed. And lastly, Wamani ECD Center, no education classrooms has ever been constructed by the county government, despite the project being included in both the CIDP and ADP. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 41, I wish to seek a statement from the Chairperson Education and Social Services Committee to 1. Provide a report on current staffing status of aforementioned ECD centers and measures to fill existing teachers' vacancies. 2. Explain the policy guiding recruitment, replacement, and transfer of ECD teachers. 3. Give an update on progress and the status of stalled ECD classrooms at Kivuluni, Misiani, and Wamani. Lastly, outline the department plans, timelines, and budgetary provision for completing pending ECD projects and address staffing gaps. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. That statement is hereby committed to the Education and Social Services Committee, which should respond on or before 10th February 2026. The next statement is a response sought by who? Okay. I can't see who sought it, but the same is to be responded by, it was sought by Honorable Phoebe Koki, and then it is to be responded by Honorable Daniel Moindi. Honorable Daniel Moindi, is he in? Okay. Is there anybody holding his brief? So then I think, Honorable Phoebe, I can see you. In the absence of the chair of this committee, and there is a member.
Yeah. Is it just to read a response? I don't want to read something I don't know.
It is to read. It is to read, then the member who sought it says whether they are satisfied or not. Please, kindly. Yeah. It was discussed by the committee, and this report we have here is by the committee. So I don't mind you taking it up. Honorable,
Madam Speaker, I think the honourable member just doesn't need to be worried, because a response does not emanate from the committee, it's emanating from the department. So she's giving exactly, so she should not be worried.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Mheshimiwa Helen Ndeti, don't be worried.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, you have to be worried because you don't want to read things that you are not privy to, but I'm going to read. It's a response to a statement on status of conflict resolution between residents of Masinga Sub-County and Kitrasco on water bills and revenue collection. And this is how it goes. Honorable Speaker, I rise to respond to a statement that was sought on 15th July 2025 afternoon by Honorable Phoebe Koki, and the department responded as follows. 1. On the status of conflict resolution, that the national government, through Tana Adi, Waterworks Development Agency, and the county governments of Machakos and Kitui have entered into a bulk water provision agreement towards conclusively addressing the water conflict between the residents of Masinga and Sub-County and Kitui Water and Sanitation Company, Kitwasco, the main potable water supplier in the sub-county. Attached is the agreed copy of MOU. I think we can always pass it around for you to see. Second, on the measures put in place to ensure the local community living along the Masinga Kitui water projects benefit from the proximity to the water source include: 1, that the handover of the Masinga Ekalakala pipeline to the county government of Machakos by Tana Earthy Works Development Agency has been concluded. 2, the pipeline rehabilitation works are ongoing at Kwanzou and Ekalakala in Masinga. 3, construction of a new rising main, construction of a new rising main from the Masinga treatment plant to Kiva Reservoir has been factored in the budget for the financial year 2025-2026. Okay, 3, on the full collaboration between the two counties on the matter of public participation on water issues, particularly for the Masinga Kitui water project. That the Department of Water has undertaken the necessary public participation and has further scheduled a public participation meeting for the works on Masinga Kifa for the financial year 2025-2026. On the matter of equitable water sharing formula for both Kitui County and Masinga Sub-County in Machakos County, that an ad hoc committee on the Masinga Kitui water project was constituted with the specific objectives as follows: 1, to conduct an objective assessment of the water sharing arrangements, ensuring fairness and the equitable distribution of water resources between the two counties. This involved evaluating the allocation and uses of water, considering the water demand of both communities. 2, to comprehensively evaluate the condition and capacity of the water supply infrastructure within both counties. This assessment included examining the infrastructure's functionality with both counties. This assessment included examining the infrastructure's functionality within the two, efficiency and ability to meet current and future water demand. The number 3 was to identify causes of non-revenue water and come up with modalities of curbing the fires. Okay, number 4. Propose cooperative and innovative solutions, modalities that mitigate gaps in water management and recommendations for improving access and distribution of water in both counties. Honorable Speaker, in addition to the status report of the ad hoc committee formed by the governors of Machakos and Kitui to unbundle the revenue conflict of Kitwatsco has been completed and is awaiting presentation and adoption by the two governors. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Helen Detty. At this point, I invite Honorable Phoebe Koki to come forward and state whether she is satisfactory with the answer given.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and the member for the Water Committee who stood in for the chair. I am Phoebe Koki, a special elected member by the Maendeleo Chap Party, and I am the one who sought that statement on the water billing of Masinga residents, the conflict between the Masinga sub-county residents and the Kitwasco, the Kitui Water and Sanitation Company. Madam Speaker, I, being a resident of Masinga, and maybe those members of this assembly who come from Masinga, like Mheshimiwa Mwonga, Mheshimiwa Muindi, Mheshimiwa Dendidhini Man, and Mheshimiwa Mwoki, Sorry, I apologize. I withdraw. Mheshimiwa Engineer Mwoki and Mheshimiwa Alphonse. They say the wearer of the shoe can tell better where it pinches. Maybe when we talk about this hiking of the bills of Kituasco, maybe some of you members might not understand, but we feel it. Madam Speaker, like I myself, I had to disconnect that water from my home, and Mheshimiwa Mwanga is a witness, because there is no way, and I don't do irrigation in my compound. At the end of a month, like the last August month, like last 2 months, I had a bill of 217,000. So sometimes you wonder, what have you been doing with this water? Just washing and maybe for domestic use only. So one thing that led me to come into this house and seek this statement is, one, the issue of not holding the public participation for the both counties, like Kitui and Machakos. The Kitui County does public participation on their side, but they don't involve us. Okay, according to the report, I listened to Mheshimiwa Helen reading for the Water Committee. I heard there is a note, an agreement note that the National Water Company signed with the Kituasco. Madam Speaker, I would like to request to have the note, and I don't know whether, Madam Speaker, it is in order, or you will advise me and the House whether I can have the response. I read and maybe I respond the next time, because up to now I don't think my concern has been addressed, because to us it is a thorn in the flesh. Thank you, Madam Speaker. You'll advise.
Thank you, Honorable Phoebe Koki. I think it is in order just to give you more time to look into the statement. Then you see whether you are okay, and if you are not, you can come back here and inform me. I'll be able to communicate to the committee to
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And on that, I request you advise the honourable member who read the response to provide the document to me, and if possible, my elected member.
The clerk will do that.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes. Again, I've seen in the same report, this is just my own observation, that there is an ad hoc committee that was formed by the two governors to look into it. We can also maybe get to know what transpired after that committee gave the report, whether there is something that can help us. Honorable Monga, you wanted to say something? Make it quick.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my eye. Madam Speaker, first and foremost, I want to thank Honorable Member Phoebe Koki for raising or seeking this statement on behalf of the good people of Masinga Central Ward. Madam Speaker, I'm agreeing with Honorable Koki that the wearer of the shoe knows where it pinches. Madam Speaker, I'm also a victim of this Kituasco water supply company. I was disconnected 5 years ago because of the huge bills they were serving me with each and every month. I decided that they come and disconnect me. But on behalf of the Masinga residents, I want to say my people are going through hell. And the county government, I want to say, it is not doing anything to help the lives of the people of Masinga Central. Madam Speaker, You'll be surprised to know that a jerry can of 20 liters goes at 5 bob against the WASREP recommendation of 2 shillings. This is an issue we have been raising, and nobody is hearing our cry, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to echo the words of Honorable Bibikoki that the participation which they are saying was done, it was done by Kitwasko or the Kitui side. The Machakos side was not there. And the participation was not attended by members of Masinga Central Ward, neither members of Kiva Ward and the Kalakala Ward. I have seen in the same statement, they are saying that they handed over a project. The project, that is this big line from Kaiwa all the way to Kalakala, was handed over to the county government. How do you hand over a water line to a county government instead of handing it to a water company? Where did they hand over this line? And we have no water company in Masinga. So, Madam Speaker, since you have said that since the mover or the seeker of the statement has requested for more time, I want to say when they will be bringing that statement response here again, they should consult more, and if need be, when they will be interrogating the officers from the Department of Water, I don't see any harm. I be invited. I also shed some light, and also the seeker of the state may be also invited. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. This assembly has all the right to get to the bottom of this matter. And because we can't have our residents suffering on a matter that we have jurisdiction to handle. So it is in the right place, and if other arms of government have not done it, we are going to do it. So through Honorable Phoebe Koki and the committee, we shall get to the bottom of this matter. Thank you so much, honorable members. We have another a response this time. The response was sought by Honorable Francis Kavyu, and it is to be responded by Honorable Daniel Moindi, who is also not present, and Honorable Kavyu is also not present. Sorry? Yeah, both are absent, so we shall just take it back to the House business for reallocation of time balloting. I think that brings us to the end of the statements. Next order.
Order number 8, motion, approval of amendments to standing orders.
At this point, may I invite Honorable Brian Kisila to come forward and move that motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I move the motion that, pursuant to Standing Order number 227, this House adopts the report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on the consideration of the proposed amendments to Standing Order laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18th November 2025. I call upon Honorable Douglas Musyoka to second the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you, Honorable Douglas. I now propose the question that, pursuant to Standing Order 227, this House adopts a report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on the consideration of proposed amendments to standing orders laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18th November 2025. Before I call upon the members to discuss this matter, I call upon the mover to proceed and highlight on the report. Honorable Kisila, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will, I think the members have the report, so I'll go straight to the background on the proposed. The background.
Yeah, proceed.
to the proposed amendments. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 227-1, the Committee on Procedure and House Rules received a written request from Honorable Judas Dawa proposing to create two new sectoral committees, namely Urban Development Committee and Energy Committee. During its deliberations, the Committee on Procedure and House Rules proposed further amendments to the standing orders. The proposals seek to amend Standing Order number 14 to increase the membership of the Speaker's panel from 4 to 6 members, exclusive of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Number 2, amend Standing Order number 208 to empower sectoral committees to consider and make recommendations on supplementary budgets before the Budget and Appropriation Committee presents them to the Assembly. Upon receipt of the proposal, the Committee on Procedure and House Rules resolved that all the proposed amendments were admissible and in conformity with the provisions of the Standing Order 227-4 and merited consideration. Consequently, the committee deliberated on the proposal collectively in order to harmonize them and ensure consistency in all applicable laws. I'll go on the consideration, Madam Speaker, and I'll go to the analysis. An analysis on the proposal is as follows. Honorable Judas Dawa proposal to restructure and split the two sectoral committees, namely Decentralized Units and County Administration Committee will be divided into two committees. Now, committee number 1, Urban Development Committee, and committee number 2, Decentralized Units and County Administration Committee. Number 2, Lands and Energy Committee will be divided into two, Lands Committee and Energy Committee. Madam Speaker, I'll go to committee observations and findings. The committee observed that the current structure of the sectoral committees did not adequately reflect emerging urban development and energy-related policy priorities. Splitting the two committees proposed committees would promote specialization, efficiency, and focused oversight. Number 2, increasing the membership of Speaker panel would strengthen the capacity of the Assembly to manage sittings effectively and ensure continuity in presiding over House proceedings. Number 3, amending Standing Order number 208 would institutionalize the participation of sectoral committees in the consideration of supplementary budget estimates, thereby enhancing transparency, accountability, and alignment of budgets to sectoral priorities. Number 4, it is prudent to remove the firefighting services and disaster management committees from Health and Emergency Services Committee and assign the two functions to the newly formed Urban Development Committee. Committee's recommendations. Having considered the proposals and made the above observations, the committee recommends the following amendments to the standing order. Number 1, restructuring and establishment of sectoral committees. That the decentralized units and county administration committee to be split into two committees with their mandates as follows. Urban Development Committee, whose mandate shall be all matters relating to urban areas and municipalities, decentralized units and county administration, whose mandate shall be all matters relating to delineation and management of decentralized units, county administration, and county inspectorate service. Number B, the Lands and Energy Committee will be split in 2 committees with their mandates as follows. Lands Committee, whose mandate will be responsible for all matters relating to county physical and land use planning, including the preparation and oversight of spatial and development plans, land survey, mapping, and maintenance of geospatial data within the county, oversee administration and management of public land vested in the county government, including allocation, regularization, and settlement programs, and demarcation, fencing, and protection of county boundaries and public utilities, while ensuring land development within the county adheres to sustainable and environmentally sound practices. Energy Committee, whose mandate will be matters relating to electricity and gas reticulation. Number C, that the firefighting services and disaster management functions be removed from the Health and Emergency Services Committee and assigned to the newly formed Urban Development Committee. Number 2, Madam Speaker, amendment to the Standing Order number 14A, Speaker's Panel. We recommend that to increase Speaker's Panel members from current 4 to 6, excluding the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Amendment to Standing Order number 208, consideration of supplementary budget estimates. Proposal to amend Standing Order number 208 to enhance the process of considering supplementary budget estimates by involving all sectoral committees. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the committee recommends to the House for approval the adoption of the proposed amendments to the standing orders as contained in the annexed schedules above, and we would like to thank the Office of the Speaker, all members of the committee, and all members for their submissions, and Office of the Clerk for the technical and secretarial purpose support extended during the process. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. May I invite members to debate on this matter? Members, it is your turn. Honorable Helen Detty. Honorable Anastasia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand here to support the report. I think some of these departments are too heavy, and when you have got a department that is pregnant with too many other departments within it, chances are that you will not be able to give it enough ample time to work on it. So I think the separation and creation of new committees will enable members to closely be able to monitor and oversight properly. So in that respect, I support.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Anastasia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Anastasia Mutevu. I am nominated to this House by the Wiper Patriotic Front. And Madam Speaker, I stand first to congratulate the Procedure and Rules Committee for coming up with this good report. However, Madam Speaker, I sit in the Lands Committee, and the Lands Committee, before we formed the Decentralized and Units Committee, it was splitted from the Lands Committee, and now the Lands Committee has again been splitted from Lands to Energy Committee. That means the Lands Committee will be alone, and the Energy Committee will be having its own mandate. Madam Speaker, I don't think that the Lands Committee has failed in its own mandate to do its own work, that it is making it to be splitted from Lands to Energy. From Lands to Energy, because the work of the Lands Committee and the Energy Committee, they are somehow, okay.
Granted.
Madam Speaker, I think I want to correct the member on the floor that we are not splitting committees, but we are actually aligning the operations of these committees so that responsibilities are not heavier. And so when you say the Lands Committee was previously split, I do not believe that it was ever split. It's only mandate that was moved in terms of, and this is normal practice in government and in assembly procedures, where after some time, like now this is a mid year, the procedure and rules committee will sit down and look at how committees are performing, and then maybe make these proposals. I sit in the Lands Committee, and sometimes I even find our mandate too overbearing on us. And I think I want to support, rather I'm not challenging that, but I still see the committee, and I think the proposal is in order, because they're actually aligning responsibilities of these committees so that we are able to do our oversight work properly. So I was actually correcting the fact that the Lands Committee has not been split. The Lands Committee's mandate has been aligned. I have even noted that the Oath Committee has donated some responsibility to a new committee that is now being formed. Actually, the idea is we are forming committees. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm well guided, Madam Speaker. I was not through.
Yeah, and it is not true that the Committee on Lands has failed or has been defeated to do its work. Just alignment.
I'm well guided, Madam Speaker. Yes. So if it is, now I understand it is mandate which are being shifted and sharing also of committees. So, Mheshimiwa Ngunga, thank you for the guidance, and I stand to support.
Thank you very much for that. Honorable Ndwiki, Chair of Lands, Honorable Matthew, Honorable Ndawa, in that order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Daniel Ndwiki, MCS Yokimwa Mulolongo Ward and the Chair Lands. I wanted to appreciate the committee for the work. I want to speak before this House, Madam Speaker, that I was invited to the selection committee on this matter, and I gave my submission, Madam Speaker. I would like to support efficiency in the performance of committees. But, Madam Speaker, I gave my submission to that committee, and this is what I said, Madam Speaker. I said that let us not look at committees and those who are the committees, but let us look at the mandate and alignment with the county government. Madam Speaker, I want to bring to attention that Land and Energy Committee deals with only one department and two CEOs. That's the Land CEO and the Energy CEO. Madam Speaker, in this assembly, in these sectoral committees, Madam Speaker, we have committees dealing with even two CSMs and over five CEOs, Madam Speaker. In my submission, I advised the committee, Madam Speaker, to look at this matter objectively. Because I was explaining that we have a shortage of lighting in Machakos, we have blackouts everywhere, and we want the Energy Committee to be independent to take care of that matter. But, Madam Speaker, during sectoral interrogation, I witnessed some of the committees having crowded CEOs. with over 5. And the land committee and energy and on it 2. So, Madam Speaker, as we approve this report, I would advise the committee to go and sit down and make elaborate findings on this matter. Because, Madam Speaker, our target is service delivery. It's not how big my committee will be, or how small my committee will be. So I wish I don't want to go against the report, because, Madam Speaker, in land we have a lot of work, as my predecessors have said, and the committee members. We have reports on land grabbing, we have petitions from members of the community, and we have a lot of work. We have the spatial planning, we have a lot of work that we are undertaking. So, as I support Madam Speaker, I wish this matter to be looked upon on performance report, not on a committee. Because as Honorable Anastasia said, Madam Speaker, as we entered this assembly, Madam Speaker, Land Committee was part of planning, was part of urban planning, but the responsibilities were aligned, as the father of state has said. I don't know to speak the word split, but it was aligned. Yes. And now the same committee is being aligned again. So until now, it cannot be aligned further, because it's now dealing with only one CEO. So, Madam Speaker, I will wish
this alignment is continuous.
Yes, I would wish in the next time we make every sectoral committee at least to deal with 2 or 3 CEOs and align to one CSM, so that we ensure that it is efficient. And to finish, and to conclude, Madam Speaker, I would say that the Lands Committee is related, is a cousin to Urban Development Committee, because most of the work is done. When we talk of urban development, there is surveying in urban development. We have the involvement of surveyors doing the surveying and the planning in the urban development. So I wish the committee should also sit down and see where responsibilities match. There be a provision that 2 committee can undertake an activity if both of committee have a stake to take on the activity being undertaken. So I support and I wish that this will improve the service delivery of this assembly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Those concerns will be looked into. Honorable Matthew, then Honorable. It was Honorable Ndawa. Then after Honorable Ndawa, we'll go to Honorable Kitupo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm a member of this committee, that is the procedure. And in regard to the matter ahead of us, I support the motion, whereby all the amendments, basing on the issue of extra committees. And mostly these bases, starting with the committee of formerly the DU, you find that first it had more than 5 chief officers. The work was indeed planned for them to deliver. And you find mostly when we are interrogating these chief officers and any other government officers, you find sometimes members, they are not in a position at least to deliver to the best, basing on the workload which they have been facing. And again, on the matters of lands and energy, I've heard what the chair lands has commended. But what I believe, a parent, before he became a parent, formerly was a single. And as time goes by and maturity comes on, he becomes a parent. But as time goes by, you find also that all those children they sire, also it comes a time for them also to look for their own families. And to this advisory, I believe the land, however much it add more extra responsibilities, it comes a time for Honorable Ntwiki and the other members to agree that when that time comes, you have to leave your parents and you go and form your own family. So on this base, lands and energy, it has come to that status, basing that on the measures of energy, mostly. I'm not saying that the Committee of Lands and Energy has not been doing the best.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Is the member in order to address the chair lands? I think the standing orders dictates that the member should address to the Honorable Speaker. So I wish the
member is out of order.
Yes, he should apologize and withdraw, because I'm not subject to this assembly. You are the one to be addressed. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Leave the chair lands alone and address me. Address the chair.
Okay, please. But that is a reality. Yeah. But the point which is there, you find that on the measures of energy committee, indeed, we have the 40 wards. And with the 40 wards, all the members elected, they can agree with me. Over 75%, there is no enough services. Therefore, having at least a committee which is strictly responsible on that, I'm sure we are going to see more extra services being delivered, and at least to our electorate, they will find at least what they send us here, and you'll find that the goodies goes back to the ground, and therefore resonate with the measures which are making us to be here. Therefore, I support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Ndawa, then Honorable Kituku, and then Honorable Ngo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Vitas Ndawa, the MCA for Matu Ward, and I would like to take this opportunity first of all to thank our most able MCA who has given us this report, and also thank our most able chair of that committee, who is none other than the Speaker of this County Assembly. And I'm very sure a committee led by the Speaker is thorough in its work. So, Honorable Speaker, I would like to say this is commendable job, and I would request other committees also to benchmark with this committee, so that when they are bringing reports here, they bring quality reports.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The reason why I'm saying so, the reason why I'm saying so, Honorable Speaker.
You want to say, let him finish.
Allow me to finish, Honorable Speaker.
No, other committees bring quality work here.
Of course, yeah, they bring quality reports.
He's already
quality reports.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So, Honorable Speaker, the reason why I'm saying so is because when I brought a request for this committee to be split, the committee was very, very fair. Myself and Mheshimiwa Ndwiki were invited. Each was given an opportunity to give his side of story. And Honorable Speaker, from what we are seeing, we were caught for a good reason, because all what we gave has been put into consideration. And that is why I'm giving this committee very high marks. Other committees do well, and I'm very sure no committee here is inefficient. All the committees are equally good, and they do quality work. Honorable Speaker, the essence of splitting these committees is to ensure that we reduce work from being handled by either one committee or one particular team. Initially, Machakos and Makueni were one district, and because of reasons, they were split. The Machakos district was split into two, and it was led by one DC. So we have two DCs now who are manning the two areas. Again, I want to say, splitting these committees is just a replica of what happened that time. When I was in school, I remember my teacher telling me that some living things, they give birth to young ones. And he went ahead and told me that some other living things do not give birth. They do what we call binary fission. They split at the middle, and it becomes two living things. And I believe this is a good example this committee is an artificial living thing, and it has done what we call binary fission. I'm very sure the committee will be proud because at least it has produced another committee which is going to be chaired by another chair, which will have other members will get an opportunity, so that at least all the members who are in this house are equally capable of handling matters. And it's good to give each member an opportunity, maybe to serve the residents of Machakos. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to support this report 100%, and request that once the report is approved, you direct, it's a number of requests I'm making, you direct that members be placed in that committee, so that as we adjourn for this long recess, at least we have an operational committee. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support the report.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Kituku, then Honorable Ngunga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my hand. My name is Mary Kituku, and I'm nominated by UDA. It seems that I was reading from the same script with Honorable Ndawa on matters fairness to all the members of this assembly. And secondly, I saw it as an expansion of what we can do as an assembly. It was right that we had committees conjoined, but on reading an observation by the committee and findings, they consider the supplementary budget estimates, which we need to enhance our transparency by ensuring that members who have degrees in various areas, for example, I want to believe Honorable Mlolongo Ward Ndwiki is fit to sit in the Lands Committee, and members like both engineers Mutie and engineer Musila can work best in energy committees. I'm saying that because we need to be efficient in what we have schooled back. Many people think that we are not degrees or diploma holders, but I want to echo to what we have schooled in and say that these committees are constituted according to what we know best. So thank you, Madam Speaker, for this chance. In the committee, I want to say hongera, that was good work.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Ngunga.
So thank you, Madam Speaker. I also raised to support the report by the Rules and the Procedure and House Rules Committee that you chair, and I want to agree with members that have spoken that we needed these committees to be aligned so that at least our work can be more effective, efficient, and our delivery of service to the public can be timely. However, Madam Speaker, I looked at it and I thought that because now this is a challenge, we have committees that already had been sitting in this. We have members who have been sitting in these committees that have been aligned, and I was going to propose. I don't know whether the move of this report is still around, but I can see the majority is here, so that for the purpose of posterity, I would be requesting the chairman of the selection committee to ensure that when members are being apportioned in these committees, at least we safeguard what we call institutional memory. Like there are those members who have been sitting in the Lands Committee. I guess those are members who have some institutional memories. I'll be requesting the House, and of course, particularly the Selection Committee, to consider maybe if members so wish, those members are maybe retained there. Those members that sit in the original Lands Committee to also be retained there, so that we have the new created committees to have new members that can now be able to undertake these new mandates. I am saying this with experience, Madam Speaker, because if we were now to realign all these committees, there is what is going to be lost, what the committees had been undertaking. So I am proposing that we look at a way of moving committees one-on-one to one group. Let's say like if it is a decentralized unit, we agree that that committee will undertake as a block they move to one committee. If it is the new created committee, for example, where we sit with Honorable Ndwiki, they are moved as a block, so that we create 2 committees that now the selection committee will be populating members. Yes. Madam Speaker, when you look at the standing orders number 128 of this House, they indicate that a member can be able to move an amendment of the rules and procedure. And I feel, Madam Speaker, upon consultation, I have been wrangling myself asking, we have been keeping members called the whips in this House. And whips have been put in a very precarious situations at times, because whips are in charge of members. And whips are in charge of populating members into committees. But interestingly, our standing orders do not outrightly give them an automatic space in our selection committee. And I was going to look at a way, Madam Speaker, how we can ensure that our whips are safeguarded, so that automatically our whips will be able to sit in selection committee. Like as it is now, we are going to have the selection committee sitting, but interestingly, from the majority side, Honorable Lucky does not sit in that committee. I noticed this morning. And so it becomes a challenge for him to be able to undertake his mandate being to populate members in committees, sometimes even to de-whip them. So if you look at standing order number 128, section 3, that is what I'm reading from Madam Speaker, says, a member who desires to delete or amend any provision contained in a bill, or to introduce a new provision in the bill under paragraph 2, this is the one we are doing now, may propose an amendment to add at the end of a motion under paragraph 1. This is the motion that now we are handling. The word subject to the committal of the bill in respect of some specified part of the, I don't know, that is a little legal jargon, some proposed new clause or new schedule to a committee of the whole House, and if that motion is agreed to with such an amendment, or the bill shall stand to be committed, and the House shall either forthwith or upon a day named by the House Business Committee in consultation with the member in charge of the bill. Yes. Okay. I wish Honorable Dominic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank you, the Father of the House.
Give him an opportunity.
I wish you sit down. Madam Speaker, I wish to inform the Honorable Member, who is also a ranking member, that the clause, the standing order is invoking, is about amendment of bills. We are discussing about a motion. And the procedure for proposal to amend a motion is very well stipulated in our standing orders. And it says 2 hours before. So he ought to have proposed that amendment 2 hours before the motion was tabled in the House. So we are not discussing about a bill. We are discussing about a motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I want to also thank Honorable Dominic for enriching. But remember, Mheshimiwa Dominic, if you have checked on the report that we are having here, if you have checked on the report, look at the standing orders that they have quoted, and the last standing order number 4. Look at the report. Do you have the report, Mheshimiwa Leader of Majority? If you don't, then we are all out of order. We are all out of order, both the report. I am saying we are all out of order, both the report and the man that is speaking. Because I will refer to you to 5-0. Look at 5-0. Look at 5-0. Madam Speaker, look at 5-0. I would want us to just be sometimes stickler of order, standing orders. Look at 5-0 and move to 6. Are you there? Says standing order number 128. That is one that I was reading. Says, standing order number 128, procedure on bills reported from committees of the whole House shall apply to a motion to approve the report of the procedure and rules committed on the amendment proposed to the standing orders. I am a student of literature, my brother, and details are what I eat. If you look at that one, it now says it lumps together that bill and this report together. And so they should be read alongside together. And that's why I was asking Madam Speaker. And of course, mine was not to reject the report. I was just trying to look at a way of inserting that amendment so that we can be able to cushion the the two leaders, that is the whips, so that whips can be able to sit in selection committees, because of course there's already a business ahead of us that is going to call upon the selection committees to sit. I've said that earlier during some consultation, I realized that the leader, the whip from the majority side, does not sit in the selection committee. And already we are going to have maybe almost 26 members that are going to be populated in these committees here. That will be a challenge to him. How I wish maybe we could look for a way of inserting that amendment in this report, so that at least that is captured. So eventually in future we will have that lacuna, as in our puts, cured. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Gunga. Honorable Maida.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't want to dwell much on this matter. First, I stand to second this motion on the proposed amendments and standing orders, and wish to say that the Father of the House has left it in a perplexed manner, because members maybe don't seem confused, actually, let me say that. But he has raised a very pertinent issue. Madam Speaker, since we began the third assembly, I have said it before, there are positions that are automatic entries for certain leaders in this assembly. There is no way, and I said it even when we started, there is no way you would have left out the whips in the selection committee. Actually, I was trying to note with the honorable, with the clerk. He's even surprised. Just like the way the House Business Committee had been operating for 2 years, and I raised concerns. The whips are, and the majority leaders and the minority leaders are automatic entries in the House Business Committee and the Selection Committee. It is not even debatable. So even without invoking the standing order that the honorable member has raised, Honorable Speaker, those members need to be in those committees, because my interest in committees can only be well catered for by the honorable whip. The person who has the power to de-whip a member from a committee is the whip who sits in a selection committee. So that needs to be absorbed automatically, and we move forward. Finally, Madam Speaker, I think the stipulated on how it is supposed to happen is well written in the standing orders. It is well outlined, because I'm not speaking of a matter that is not provisional. It is provided for by the standing orders. So if that matter is provided for, Honorable Speaker, then we need just to follow the standing orders as they say, because it is provided for. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's already there. We can even perfect it. And actually, that is now what I'm trying to say. On the issue of the segmentation of committees, even if we create 1,000 committees, actually we are serving devolution. The more committees we have, the more we are able to have members deliberate and deliver on the services that we promise to our people. So let not anyone feel, in fact, let me say, and Honorable Majority, Honorable Ngunga, we sit in the Lands Committee. We are overwhelmed in the Lands Committee. The Lands Committee is overwhelmed. So we just need to ensure that, and actually honorable members, and especially the elected members, you will prove me right. If there's one committee that can even salvage all of us, if not some of us, is the Committee on Energy. If we have a substantive committee, right now almost all Mulikamwizis in our halls are dark, are not working. So if we have a substantive chair, who will convince this house to have an heavy budget in that department, we are going to do that. Because we need Mulikamwizis like anything else in this assembly. So I support in totality the proposed amendments, and wish that those who will be given those mandates kindly stand for the good of the people of Machakos. I only want to differ, Honorable Speaker, with one proposal raised by the Father of the House. For efficiency and effective service delivery, I'm not proposing we have a carryover of the same members who were in the devolution, in the Lands Committee and the Decentralized Committee into the newly created committee. Because why? For effective service, and Honorable Mary has said that we need to use the available resources. So let us also have a new injection into these new committees, so that we can, different honorable members with different experiences can prove to the House that it is doable. Because shifting the same members to the same committees, despite of the institutional memory, I don't think even when these honorable members come into these committees, whether they have been there or not, cannot deliver. They can deliver. So let us have a mixture of those committees of new members, depending on how the whips will propose to the selection committee, and we are going to adopt. If this house will feel that something is not working up in the committees, Honorable Speaker, then they can propose further changes. This house is not but restricted to amending the standing orders. We can do amendments as many times as possible, Madam Speaker. I submit.
I want to catch him before he sits. Because, Madam Speaker, I think the member is actually supporting me, but he doesn't have the weight to support me. And I wanted to inform him that I found the way. Upon consultation, Madam Speaker, say that we can amend this, because this report has come as a way of a motion, so that we be able to capture what my feelings are and what is supporting. And I don't know the feeling of the other members, but I think as it goes on, probably they capture what you're saying. So we say, amendment to a motion like the one that has come before us can be done even 2 hours before, but even at one time, depending on how the speaker feels, you can even allow. For example, if you look at standing order number 52, it says, the proposer of an amendment to a motion shall, before moving it, and the proposed amendment in writing, signed by the proposer to the clerk at least 2 hours before the order is read. Despite paragraph 1 above, the speaker may, in exceptional circumstances, allow a member to move an amendment to a motion before the house at any time during consideration for that motion. And that is the information that I wanted my brother Dominic to capture, so that we see that the house can be led, think in that direction, so that we capture, so that we do not have to sit an extra time, so that we capture what Mheshimiwa Dominic has raised and what I'm raising, so that those leaders can also be able to sit in that particular committee, because you are talking about issue committees, and we are going to have members being proposed into those committees, and those leaders will not be sitting in that selection committee. It's going to be a little technical now, because the whips will have to find out who was sitting where and who is now going to sit where. It's going to be a little technical, and them not being there is going to pose as a challenge. So I am proposing to the House that we move that amendment so that we include I move the amendment that the 2 whips be included to be automatic members of the selection committee.
Before he moves the amendment, I have something to say.
I take my seat?
Yes, then you can move in amendment. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was just referring to the standing order that the Honorable Deputy Majority Leader spoke of, that is standing order number 128, and I would want to go to part 3 of it, that says, a member who desires to delete 128, part 3. A member who desires to delete or amend any provisions contained in a bill, or to introduce a new provision in the bill under paragraph 2, may propose any amendment to add at the end of the motion under paragraph 1 the words subject to the recommittal of the bill in respect of some specified part or some proposed new clause or reschedule to a committee of the whole House. And if that motion is agreed to with such an amendment, the bill shall stand so recommitted to the House, shall either forthwith or upon a day named by the House Business Committee, in consultation with the member in charge of the bill, dissolve in itself into a committee to consider the matters so recommitted. I want a clarification as to whether the amendment being proposed need to go back to the rules and procedure. I want the guidance of this.
Yeah, proceed.
Not the guidance of the honorable member. He's trying to. It is the guidance of the speaker of the House.
Yes.
So that if we are making an amendment, are we making it in understanding that they are going back to to the committee, and then it goes back to the House Business Committee for balloting, so that it finds its way back in the House. I just need that clarification. On the question of, Madam Speaker, whether the whips should sit in the selection committee, I am 100% in support. But it should be clear in the standing orders that they are automatic members of that committee, so that then, when we are allocating members to the other members not explicitly mentioned in the standing orders, the formula of the assembly parties still stands. If you get my point. Is that okay? Yeah, so I just want a clarification on the matter of whether we take it back to the House, but I support that whips are integral part in placing members in the committees. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
That's what I wanted to hear from you, Majority Leader, whether you have any objection towards the two whips sitting in the selection committee.
I am actually supporting that it should be explicitly mentioned in the standing orders that they are automatic members of the selection committee.
So, your question is whether now, after we have moved that, it should go back.
Let the Speaker finish.
I want him to, I want to get what is the issue. No, sit, standard. Sit. Yeah, you can. Okay. Your issue is the procedure after that.
The amendment, if we are going to move the amendment,
Yes.
because we are proposing, and I am supporting that whips be automatic members of selection committee.
Yes.
I'm asking, is it procedurally to do it here, right now, or according to what I have read, is it going to go back to the powers and privileges and then goes to the House Business Committee and then find its way here? That is all I need a clarification on.
Okay. I have heard your question. Yes. Okay, let me hear information, then I hear your
Thank you.
Your submissions and honor.
So thank you.
Proceed, Honorable Ndao.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm just informing the House that we have business as of now, and the business is a report brought by the procedure. It's a motion. So, Honorable Speaker, I would request that we deal with the motion before the House. Then the other issue, because the issue of the whip missing in the selection committee is not the only lacuna. There is another lacuna. In the selection committee, the standing orders talks about the chair and does not say who is the vice chair. It doesn't talk about vice chair. For the last 3 years, we have been in this house. That lacuna has been there and has not been addressed. So I would request the two items.
There are some committees that do not have vice chairs by virtue of the law.
I'm suggesting, because the standing order says the majority leader is the chair of the selection committee, it should say the minority leader should also be the deputy what? Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
That's another lacuna, isn't it? Okay. Honorable, have you, please?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm in support of the proposal that is being given by members. But, Madam Speaker, we already have a business that has already been presented to us by the powers and by the procedure committee that we need to expedite. And it is good that members are giving this proposal. And I'm of the opinion, because those proposals are good and they have been captured, we deal with the matter at hand. Yes. And for the issue of the two whips sitting on the selection committee, that's a matter that the committee can go and sit down, address it sufficiently, and also cover those other issues that have been raised by Honorable Judas Ndawa, so that when we resume, we can address. And I think majority will agree, even if today, if the issue is the problem of whips not sitting there, that is also something that we can agree and the respective parties makes arrangement, or now we can have whips there, because whips are like any other members. They can be apportioned because apart from the majority and the minority, there are other members who sit there. So I don't see a reason why we should delay, because if we make an amendment to motion, we'll be introducing a new matter that needs to be clearly captured on the standing order, so that for posterity. So it is my humble opinion that we consider the report that has been presented to us. Then because the proposal has been put there and it is a good one, the committee sits down and sees how best the two whips can be accommodated into the selection committee. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Can I make a ruling on that issue of the whips, or the amendment of the law to accommodate the whips at this point? This is the direction that I have had members, and I've had Honorable Ngunga requesting for amendment. Honorable Ngunga, please, requesting for amendment to include the whips into the selection committee. That's a good idea and it's a good point. However, I would urge Honorable Ngunga and Honorable Ndawa to bring to the committee concerned, that is Procedure and Rules Committee, a written request to make those amendments. And then we proceed from there. Okay. Let's proceed with the motion. Honorable Maeke, Honorable, you had not contributed.
Yes, I was just trying to...
Okay, yeah. Contribute, then...
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'm saying, yes, even before the report came into this House, we had canvassed to make sure that we expand the committees. So, okay, in my opinion, is the report is good. It is taking care of so many things that had not been taken care of.
Yes.
And I would urge that members we support. So I'm just urging you to put the question.
Okay. Okay. Then at this point, I will not allow you, Mr. Honorable Maeke, to contribute. Let's just put the question. All right. So does that mean, do I take that one as to be the response by the mover? Okay, then I allow the mover to respond.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to thank members for a very active engagement. I personally, I am the chair of DU, and we were having 5 chief officers, and it was very overwhelming. I also sit in Lands Committee, and I know the quantity and quality of work required. So aligning the committees is in line with continuously improving on what we do. So I support, and I thank members for the major support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I now put the question that, pursuant to Standing Order 227, this House adopts the report of the Procedure and House Rules Committee on the consideration of proposed amendments to standing orders, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18th November 2025. As many are of the opinion, say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, approval of report of the Auditor General on financial statements of MACHAKOS County Executive Revenue Fund for the financial year ended 30th June 2023.
Honorable members, this Committee on Public Accounts and Investment Committee, as it stands now, it's not in office properly, and therefore it cannot conduct its business. I would request that we defer this matter, return it to the House business awaiting the formation of another committee on public accounts and investment committee. Thank you, honorable members. Let's end it there. The House adjourns to Tuesday, 18th November, 2023. We come back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank you, members. See you then.